Section 3 is corporate service. First item C, stroke 3, stroke 120, stroke 09, stroke 23. The Human Resource Management Division quarterly report for the period 1st of April 2023 until 30 June 2023. The item is now serving. Mr. Sana?
I will note the report, Speaker.
Councillor Sethi? Next item, item C, stroke 3, stroke 124, stroke 10, stroke 23. The determination of upper limits of salaries, allowance and benefits for members of Municipal Council 2022-2023. The item is now serving. Councillor Kamka?
Thank you, Speaker. This one doesn't contain a waiver. The recommendations.
Councillor?
Second the peanuts.
Seconded by Councillor Manmaba. Third item, item C, stroke 3, stroke 125, stroke 10, stroke 23. The schedule of meeting for councillors for 2024, portfolios, Bitou, and council. Page 353, item is now serving. Councillor Manmaba.
Speaker, I'd like to declare interest. Anyway, we note the schedule. However, we know it's actually it's flexible and it allows us to actually move it as of when there's a need for that. At this point, we accept it as is.
Thank you, Councillor Manmaba. Councillor Kamka.
Speaker.
Come. C, stroke 3, stroke 126, stroke 10, stroke 23. The Human Resource Management Division quarterly report for the period 1 July 2023 until 30 September 2023. Item is now serving. Councillor Kamka.
Also, to know the report, Speaker.
Seconded, Speaker.
Seconded by Councillor Manmaba. Item C, stroke 3, stroke 127, stroke 10, stroke 23. The closure of municipal offices between Christmas and New Year. Item is on page 374. Item is now serving. Councillor Kamka.
Speaker.
Councillor Olivier. Councillor Kamka and Councillor Olivier. Item C, stroke 3, stroke 136, stroke 10, stroke 23. The progress report on Municipal Finance Management Program from 2018 till date. Page 377. Item is now serving. Councillor Manmaba.
Thank you, Speaker. We note the report, and it's quite exciting to see that the municipality is actually taking care of its own. I would suggest we actually keep tabs of this list and database. When I say we, I refer directly to the HR that when it comes to skills audit, we know exactly what we have in our pool so that we don't search any further.
Thank you, Councillor Manmaba. Deputy Mayor.
Supported, Speaker.
Supported by the Deputy Mayor. Ma'am.
Note be taken that this report asked for a progress. It was council resolution. There is an element of this report which I think I'm unhappy about, but it's going to come as a separate report. For the officials who were in 2017 paid for to attend MMCL, they did not complete, and then again in 2020, then you get paid to them. So that report is something that I cannot leave as accounting officer. Those officials will have to pay that money. But I just thought I must just alert you, because it came from when we're actually trying to finalize this report. But it's not what council asked here. It's in terms of only what council asked here.
That, Speaker, because if you read the report, purely it was essentially what we asked for. However, what the is alluding to is the additional clause that we had added into the agreement of whether or not a person is actually funded to study by the institution, and what expectations thereof, and should our money be wasted, how can we best recover?
Section 4. Item C, stroke 4, stroke 115, stroke 09, stroke 23. Bylaw relating to public amenities. Item page 392. Item is now serving. Councillor Ndai.
Go with the recommendation, Speaker.
Noted. Councillor Sethi. Thank you. Item C, stroke 4, stroke 118, stroke 09, stroke 23. The Bitou Municipal Safety Plan 2023-2024. Item is on page 414, now serving. Councillor Ndai.
All is in order, Speaker. We go with the recommendation. Thank you.
Voted by Councillor Ndai. Deputy Mayor.
Second, Speaker.
Deputy Mayor. Item C, stroke 4, stroke 126, stroke 09, stroke 23. Let Shark Spotting Program on page 439. The item is now serving. Councillor Tsabai.
Speaker, even Takis are going to go to the beach now. I support that.
Deputy Mayor.
Second, Speaker.
Seconded by the Deputy Mayor. Item C, stroke 4, stroke 137, stroke 10, stroke 23. The Ebenezer portion 20 top structures progress report. Item 4, page 465. Item is now serving. Plana.
Yeah, Speaker, here on recommendation by the municipal manager, I know we had a lengthy discussion in the portfolio committee on point number 4. And we based on policies that we have adopted as a municipality that speaks about integration. We agree that we remove number 4.
Executive Mayor has removed it. During the one is numbered. Executive Mayor for Congress.
Councillor Ndai.
Thank you, Speaker. I second Councillor Mhlana has received the recommendation from the Mayor. Thank you.
So it has been removed, Councillor. It's no longer your neighboring town anymore.
Okay. I was still confused where this is. Is this the PDC drive? Oh yeah, we can go on.
Oh, Councillor, section 5.
Yeah, so that thing, there is an addenda attached to this. Particularly on this, there are 72 applicants. And our view was that that project, because it's the first of its kind, that it should be opened to everyone. Because even municipal staff do not have houses. It will be open to everyone, but based on, because there is a selection policy. We have adopted a selection policy. And that will also help us in finding out how many people that can become beneficiaries on the list. So the list should not only be a project of that area where it's going to be built. So from the 72, the officials must advertise that project again so that many people can apply for the list in particular.
Yeah.
We're talking about the art list.
Councillor. Section 5. Item C, 5/96/10/23. The quarterly report for the Electrical and Energy Division for the period of July till September 2023. Page 498, item is now serving. Councillor Kamkam, Councillor Ndai.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I would propose that we note the report, but I wanted to find out because the last time I checked, the municipality we pay ESCOM to upgrade the transformer in Kirtland, the one that's feeding the informal settlement. And I was told that ESCOM, apparently there is a delay because of the storms and everything that is happening. Is there any progress on that one? But other than that, I propose a bit of recommendations.
Right.
Please, if I'll give you the previous later on, maybe, or
Councillor Ndai is before Councillor.
Support the reports.
Councillor Malaba.
Speaker, I do not mean to come across as somebody who's actually just pulling the mickey out of this meeting. But if you look at this report, and it's something that I would really want the HODs as well as the accounting office of the municipality to actually look into. I understand this is not this is a non-financial report. This is a report of a term. But if you look at just how super concise it is, I fear that there might be figures of it or certain factors of it that will be left out. I mean, for a quarterly report to actually be this small, I'm not, like I tell you, I'm not trying to poke holes on anyone's work. But I remember we had actually sat in this council and we said there's actually a certain standard at which we actually receive our reports. I may be wrong. However, I would want HODs and officials to actually sit and see if there aren't there any factors or information that is meant to be actually tabled in this council that is actually left out of the report, because it's very small for a report of 3 months. And especially given how big that division is and how pertinent the issue of electrical and energy is. So for me.
Thank you, Councillor.
thank you, Chair.
Next item. Item C/5/97/10/23. The Capital Project Implementation Plan Monthly Progress Report for the period ending of September 2023. The item is on page 503. Item is now serving. Councillor Kamkam, Councillor Mslana.
Thank you, Speaker. No, I just wanted to point out that under the recommendations by the executive mayor, if we can move up, please. That we did request additional reports on those. We added point number 2, but I proposed it because of the recommendations. If there's any. Yes.
Councillor Mslana.
Speaker, I spoke with the director of this. Well, in our strategic session, I saw that the project to electrifying informal settlement, it was stated there as a challenge, and I'm not seeing it here on the reports, whether it's this report or the previous report. So, what is happening with that project? Not getting anything.
Director.
Yes, we did speak about the Tolweni electrification far and east. We're actually moving from the one area to another area, seeing possible savings in the one area, and hopefully the savings will realize some implementable projects in Tolweni itself as far as the electrification is concerned. At this stage, I don't know what the savings is, so I cannot really give a precise amount or exactly can be done in Tolweni.
Councillor.
Sorry, Speaker, point number C, I just needed to give clarity on point number C. Because it says progress report in the current wastewater treatment works, eh? And the reason for that recommendation, but I don't think it's capturing the essence of what we actually wanted, was that we all know the pipeline projects, and we all know that there's been in terms of what we're going to get from the provincial to actually execute those projects. Now, what was still outstanding in the current project was the application for the parks. Because the wastewater treatment works, if I'm not, is the WSIG story. So what was still outstanding was the application for the bulk sewer and inverted draft application for the bulk sewer and the wastewater treatment, specifically for the MIC funding.
Thank you.
That's why we actually wanted a progress report on the both projects.
She submitted to the document section 8. And that's the understanding of those recommendations.
Just wanted to make sure that Councillor Sala, did you support with your petition? Did you support after Councillor Kamkam?
No, I asked.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure. So the item is still on the floor.
Yeah.
Councillor Mangaba?
Speaker, I was hoping to find this on the on this report. In my ward, there's been, those huge concrete pipes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we've had those sitting there for over 3 months now. I understand that there was a plan to actually do an upgrade of our stormwater channel. However, that has been stuck there and there's no sense of communication. And I had sent an email inviting officials to my report back meeting, and I had cited exactly that this must be reported on. I understand that the timelines of that were that by the 14th of November, it will be done. 14th of November is 2 weeks from now. I was really expecting to find it in the report so that we can actually delve into it lengthily. Because those have been sitting there for over months now.
Okay. Thank you. Because I've got something.
Sorry.
Just hold on, Councillor.
Second to that, Speaker.
That's why we included.
Second to that, I understand that every time we invited officials to our wards and we deal with the spillage of sewer, conversation was that in this financial year, we'll do a massive upgrade, which will actually which we will see as the community a greater change where that is concerned. We are still sitting with the situation. I'm not saying it's not started, because I understood that it was actually it was going to be affecting all wards, so it was going to start from this side coming up into our side. I'm expecting a detailed report where that is concerned as well.
Let me first give to Councillor Mitchell and then you, Councillor Kamkam.
Thank you, Chair. Just want to find out also in the horizon that sewer line pipes in the contractor, is it decided or is it going to side there? Because it's just open now and this is playing in and only will it put time on there?
Yeah, during the public report meeting, that's what I said. I don't want to jump on what Councillor Mangaba is raising now. That pipes that we had a week ago, the contractor was made to start this week. That's why he's got a date of 15th or 14th November, because it was set out that from 26th of October to 15th November. It says in my report there, it says it's going to go up until 15th of November for New Horizon. So that's why, and it's still, they haven't even started there.
But it must establish the sites.
I will do quick follow-ups after this meeting. Still.
The cracks like that.
Councillor Kamkam, can we?
These concerns are exactly why point number 2 B was added, because of the same problems. The reason why the contractor can't move to the other sites is because of all the problems. And the municipal manager did go and do a site visit. It seems like the contractor is now busy to rectify the situation. David told me yesterday, I go back to Kern and assess, but we seriously need a report on that project, that specific project. Because as a result of everything that's happening, there all the delays happening. We also don't want, the same struggles for you to go through the same struggles, because really it's just not, So that's why we added point number B.
Thank you. The item is still open. I need a second. Councillor Mitchell.
Vice Secretary, just informing council that was with the M.
Take note of your seconding. Thank you for seconding, Councillor Mitchell. Just wanted confirmation for the left. That's why you said I'm going to second until I get the confirmation.
Oh, let's yeah.
Let's go anyway. He has been going everywhere. Next item, section 6. I'm not.
Make development. Okay.
Item C, stroke 6, stroke 116, stroke 10, stroke 23. The Economic Development Section Quarterly Report, page 509. Item is now serving. Thank you, Councillor Olivier.
Speaker.
Councillor Manlaba.
I hope not to drag so much on I made a volition with self that when it comes to that economic department, I'm never getting involved again. But because again, I'm mandated by the community to actually best represent them the best way possible. Allow me to actually tap into this. The last we set at council about policy regarding informal trading, we had added on the clause that people who will be getting preference and people that will be protected and provided for by this policy was for our local South African people. I go to the beach literally every week, and all I found in those stalls is actually foreign nationals. How is it that even after we've approved and adopted such a policy, we still have the entire bay with, my friend, whereas there's actually applications coming in and out of informal traders that actually wants to be actually considered in that space down there? What's the disconnect? Because now, if we decide something at council, it should be actually cascaded through to the lowest of lows.
Thank you, Council. I just want to make sure Councillor Mitchell was at your end, and then Councillor Mhlana.
So, thank you, Chair. I just want to comment on the projects that is going to be rolled out in reality. We really need to find structure in the reality when it comes to economic development. As we can see on this program, it is just sitting in the office and see where can they get what. We really need our officials in economic to go out. There's so much opportunities outside. Factors that can be investors, available investors that can invest in the economic development. And they are running with the same program. And it's only in progress. In progress. We really need to maybe send them 4 hours outside office and then the other hours in office. Maybe something is going to happen. Because there's a lot of officials in the office now on the move, but they're not doing that hunting for new persons. We have only even someplace happen. We don't have even ever to Youngtown or BMW in our town. Go to Joe Martina, they have one there. Understand? So we really need to get out of the upstairs.
BMW.
We are ready to look at all these issues and this structure. It's a question that we are asking ourselves. Is the unit geared? This discussion last week, thorough discussions. Is it really geared? Before we even look at what they're really supposed to do, is it really geared for this? And came to the conclusion that we have made some hard decision. Can no longer accept administratively to say this is what we have found. We're going to live with that. So it's too early, but there's proposals that we are making and understand the labor law to protect people, in terms of what they're supposed to do. If you just listen to the question of Councillor now, that question would not have arisen if in this report it said we had 67 applications. Out of the 67 applications, 60 were all foreign nationals and only 7 were South Africans. Then it gives proper information then to the councillor to understand that South Africans did not apply. Now, we don't have that in front of us. So we don't know why the South Africans not applying. Then we are giving to foreigners, again, the issue of our policy versus what we intend to achieve. As he was asking that question, I was just sitting and I'm wondering administratively whether we're not working against ourselves just on this thing of the umbrella. Because you want to promote local economic development, your local community. But then if we then award the umbrella, so all that we need is a sentence there that says that all local people did not apply or they don't apply. Then we are satisfied to say that we have tried to give them an opportunity, but they are not applying, But I am confident we will resolve, because it's part of the department of the municipality, it's part of us, we will resolve. And I must be honest, like everyone, it's becoming tiring. So we just have to sort few issues in terms of hectares and all of that, and proper job descriptions also in the unit. So I sometimes ask, for the question that was asked by Councillor Kulapi, and on fairness, that question about the EPWP coordinator should actually be asked more on LED, but yeah, and we are in the matter, but I think we will come with the report that clearly, not the report about their activities, but a clear report in terms of saying how do we intend to resolve the problem that we know is there at the department.
Thanks, Councillor Planner, then Councillor Tabai.
Just want to propose this month of last month in the AMU officials were there, and on this RCEP funding for the cultural village, they were saying that there are reluctance from RCEP because of financial constraints. But I see now here we have given dates for completion, projected dates. So I don't know whether you are aware, whether we've got the money and how much is it, what is it?
But again, it's how we craft the report. As far as I'm aware, up until now, we have applied for funding. There's no letter that has come to confirm how much funding that we have received. So it's part of what I'm saying. To address the problem in that department, you need to bring this council comprehensively to say, so there was a meeting between the acting manager and some officials, but at the same time, there's a reality that was presented by provincial treasurer, even in its registration, to say that national a set cutback. Even National has made a mistake and cut our 9 point something million grant funding wrongly, which we're appealing now. So there's no money that has been received. So it's part of the things that we should say that are we not working against ourselves, because now we are creating expectations there, which we're not going to be able to meet. But we will report, I think, January, February to council about the LED.
Councillor Tabai?
Yes, Speaker. Speaker, almost every time we say government must be an enabler of economic development. And most of the time we think that government must take out money and give out those people who want to develop. It's not like that. I'm going to make an example. The Pakistani shops are mushrooming all over Plettenberg Bay. And our people don't have space in that type of economy. We even made it worse, Councillor Mangaba now. We opened Boxa in Guanopul. And grannies that were selling food have lost business now. Because Boxa is selling everything what they were gaining from. As a municipality, what are we then doing? Because we must enable those people to have a viable businesses. Sometimes I see a buggy is driving here, even in town, and you'll see that buggy is written Senzangakona Civils. And that's not a black person. It's a company of a white person. But government has enabled that black person to partner with that person who's got resources. Why are we not doing that as a municipality? Because I'm not going to run away that these people have skills. When we allow them to do business in our country, they must also share the skills, you see? And people who've got interest in doing business, they must be given, for instance, we're giving licenses to foreign nationals instead of giving licenses to the citizens of South Africa, so that those foreign nationals can go and partner with people who have rights to have these licenses. So we are killing our people, and they become a problem to the municipality. We are talking about revenue enhancement programs and so on, but forgetting that where are these people going to get money to pay services? That's the problem that we are having. We will build them houses, but we are not enabling them to become businesses and sustain themselves, and also paying rates to the municipality. I think we must really, Mr. Mayor, revisit this bylaw about spaza shops and so on, and also really go to the beach. It's nationals. It's people who are not from South Africa that have stalls there. Why are we not giving our people licenses for those stalls? Bartering system was done. It came with whites. They didn't have food. We gave them food. They gave us necklaces. You see, let's do that also. If you want to benefit, bring something, I'll give you something. I don't think it's a crime It's not fraud, it's not corruption. We must enable our people to do businesses with foreign nationals because they have expertise. Otherwise, we will sit here year in, year out, talking about the same thing. Now, economic development, what are they going to do? Nothing. They won't even have reports. So I'm really, Mr. Speaker, concerned about the impact of. We want our people to move up the ladder, but they are really killing them. They are going down. Thank you so much.
The item is still open. Councillor Mangaba.
Thank you, Speaker. What's this? I think at this point, because it's a report and it's just for us to note. So we take into cognizance the report that is actually presented. However, these issues are pertinent issues that we need to sit and delve deeply into. If it means we need to structure the department such that it actually does what it should for the institution and the communities, then by all means. Because if you can still remember, even with regards to the issue of CWP, the last we were invited, communication was that the application is going to be sent as is. However, that was just to secure funding. Then immediately when that's done, we need to come back together and sort of plot out a way forward. How are we hoping to spend that which we had received? Linking our CWP and our EPWP directly with our objectives as the institution. Because we can't treat it as just an additional means of ensuring people are employed, but it needs to speak back to our objectives and what we are hoping to achieve. So really, with that being said, we note the report. However, we need to emphasize on the notes that are actually placed on this platform.
Thank you, Councillor Mangaba. That's the order of business, portfolio of indexation. We will now go to in committee.
Seconded.
It's a new way.
In committee. Yes. So,
No, we.
time do you need?
Second.
Yes,
I
I second it.
No, we'll leave here at 4. 5.
Mangaba.
Proposed and Councillor Mangaba second.
We'll now go into in committee.
So your Red Bull will do.
Yo, that is
No KFC that much.
expensive.
The red one. Oh, who's for you while the red one?
Oh, we live here at 4 today. We've got the energy.
I'm not lilungelo lethu.
You know what you slated to do?
Ekwalo, lilungelo lethu kuyaqasimoda.
Udala slide.
Lilungelo lethu. Director lethu but lilungelo lethu kya. Ekwalo, lilungelo lethu.
You're allowing you to actually make that call and look out to Baba deliver.